The Divorce, Part 4, the final ending, all other parts down below. For the first time in 8 years, I don't care. I don't care if she is upset. I am not playing this game and being put down anymore with her. I feel great today. Really, really great. I think I should go visit Happy Man and we can go dress up like Ronald McDonald together. For the kids only, of course. Oh, I went to therapy today. It was great. I really, really, really feel great right now. The best I have felt in a long time. My therapist went over the list that I gave her. Second post on this thread, and we discussed what I am doing to fix them. We set an action plan for some of them and others we will tackle next time. We talked about the ex and what she is doing right now. She says that this relationship is going to fizzle soon, to which I said, meh. She asked if reconciliation is what I wanted. It took a minute, but I did say yes, it was. I genuinely want to reconcile, but I am not trying to get it now. I will have told her I will not settle for less than what I deserve. I will not accept anything less than 100% from her. I don't care. She told me that if I wanted to reconcile at all in the future that I need to stop caring altogether about anything and everything that she is doing, saying, thinking, feeling, etc. easy. I am done caring. She told me I am a codependent, but she does not think I am as bad as I think I am. I do think I am a codependent, but I agree, I am not as bad as some of them that were there last night. However, that does not mean that I am going to stop going or focus on fixing it. I went to the gym with my brother-in-law and told him about everything. After I told him I just don't care anymore, he told me about my wife and her Thanksgiving plans. She is going to his house and she does not understand why everyone, her family, her coworkers, her friends, are all telling her that she is crazy for not going to her family, but to this guy's house that she has been dating for a month immediately after a divorce. My response, not my problem. Don't care. It felt right. I feel good. So, my ex-wife is allergic to gluten. For the last 4 years, I have had to cook gluten-free for her and my daughter. My daughter was diagnosed with a lot of allergies by her doctor. Soy, dairy, wheat, nut, egg. It was very hard for her and us. So, I have been cooking gluten-free for so long. Every year, I cooked Thanksgiving for her family. This year, obviously, I am not. Her family is doing nothing for Thanksgiving. Their daughter is going out with her new man to his family house. Is it odd that I am relieved that I am not going to have to cater to that anymore? Really, I want to cook tomorrow and just throw powdered gluten all over my food. Weird thought that I just had. I sacrificed to cook for her so she would not get sick. Screw that noise. Now it is my time. Also, is it wrong for me to laugh thinking about her going to his house tomorrow and his family? Most likely, not catering to her diet. Just some random thoughts that I had just now. But whatever, the doctor, for my daughter, was wrong. We ran another test 3 months later and found out she was not allergic to anything. I don't know if she is going to his parents or to friends or whatever. Either way it makes no difference. Besides, who knows what this lying cheat has told this man? And who cares? He is divorced as well, so they probably think it is normal. Really, from what I have heard, he is a douche of unmatched proportions. I may post a pic of him in private so you can see what I mean. Every picture of him on Facebook is of him with his shirt raised, taking a picture of his abs, from a camera phone while staring in the mirror. Just douche. Good day so far. I picked up my daughter this morning. I tried to be very calm and dispassionate with my wife. She yelled. She made a comment. No, I told her I would take her suggestion into consideration. She got very upset with that comment. We ended up talking for 2 hours about everything. The feelings for each other. The way we are both acting, our gripes with each other. Reconciliation, etc. It was productive. We did not say anything about actually reconciliation, but the general feel of the conversation had a feeling that she would want to reconcile after time. I told her I do not want to reconcile now. I have no interest in reconciling with her as is. We decided that we will take baby steps to get on good terms to discuss our daughter only. After that, we will see about getting on terms to fix our relationship. She mentioned that she feels it would be easier to reconcile. She said that she wants to reconcile, but days she does not. She claims she did not plan to leave for this guy. She met him for the first time the day she asked for a divorce and that she planned on saying something for weeks before. She cried a lot during the conversation. She was upset with me because she felt that I did not think that I did anything wrong in the relationship. I did not go into detail but told her I know what I did and I own it. I told her that she did just as much but has yet to own anything that she did. So, it was overall productive. Obviously, it does not change anything. She is still with the OM. She is not ready to reconcile, and I do not want to reconcile with her until I am better with myself. I was brutally honest with her, since there was an issue I had in the marriage. I told her exactly what I thought of her. Cheat, liar, terrible decisions, etc. She does not agree she is a cheat, and I told her it does not matter. She did mention that she has not missed me because I have been so meaning to her. I told her that I am extremely upset with her because of how she ended things. I know why she did and I own my share, but cheating has no excuse. She understood. So, all in all, it was good. I will be nice when it comes to our daughter. I know I am not going to nice her out of this. I am going to continue what I am doing. Go to my meetings and get better. When we talk, I will try to be calm, cool, dispassionate, but not cold or abrasive with her. She said she will be patient with me if I am upset with her. Since she understands why I am upset, the wife came to my new house this morning to get our daughter. Our daughter has been asking for her to come over to show her the new place, especially her princess cave, a large, carpeted storage space under our stairs. I agreed and said it was fine that she could come over. She showed up around 8:30. She stayed for about 30 minutes. It was fine. We did not argue at all. In fact, we joked a little and had a decent time. We talked about her coming over Sunday to get half of our daughter's things. A few things that I think and feel right now. 1. I feel like I am rewarding her for her actions by being nice to her. 2. I feel like she is trying to keep me as plan B, even though she has made no mention or attempt to keep me interested in her that I can tell. 3. I feel like I backtracked a little, but not much with this. Overall, it was fine. I am a little confused today, since we were friendly, but not enough to have second thoughts about what I need to do. I am still moving forward the same as I was before. I am glad that we are being friendly, but now I need to enforce the 180 more. She, I think, is jealous of my new place. It is so much nicer than where she is. She mentioned how nice it was a few times. Our daughter told her that she loves our new place. My ground rules still stand. 1. Scott, the other man, needs to be out of the picture. 2. She needs to admit and be remorseful for what she has done. 3. I need to fix my issues. Until all three are met, I am not entertaining anything from her. Do you think I am going about this the right way? Should I be friendly for our daughter's sake, and to try to keep reconciliation as an option, but move on at the same time? So, yesterday I found out the ex did not go to Thanksgiving with the other man. She went to her family. Leon did come over later in the day to her house though. Her brother did tell me she was very upbeat after our conversation. He said she seems like she was in much better spirits. I told him I don't care. She may feel better since we talked, but she still is making her terrible decisions. Doesn't change a thing. She is being overly friendly with me too. I called this morning to say good morning to my daughter. She answered the phone with a very enthusiastic good morning. I just said hi. She told me what they were doing today and how they want to go to a park near my new house, etc. Staying on course. In therapy, she told our therapist that she liked him because of 2 reasons. He listened to her and he was a runner. I know you can't build a real relationship on those 2 things. I know that it was doomed to fail. The fact that he is a codependent too just seals the deal. I can laugh because she left me for essentially the same crap, but with a different person. I can't laugh because the chances this will end soon are less. Because if he is codependent, he will try to stay with her no matter what. Mostly, yes, I can laugh at the situation. It is a little disheartening, though. But, right now, I still not care. I can't do anything about it, so what's the point trying? I will just keep up being positive around H for our daughter and go from there. I want her back because I love her. Thankfully, I realize it is the codependency speaking. I know that she is being a truly terrible wife, friend and person right now. I have not detached enough yet. I know I need to work on this still. I am not interested in taking her back until she works out her issues. I think I will come out much better, while she will be exactly where she left off. Deep down, I feel like we can work on our issues, as long as we are willing to work on our individual issues too. I am still moving forward with the divorce. I am not going to stop it. If she wants to join the team and get fixed, she is welcome. If not, that is her choice. I know I have my faults, but I am man enough to admit them, face them and conquer them. As they say, it's time to put up or shut up, and I am not going to be a silent person anymore. So, my daughter came home tonight for the week. I asked her if mommy introduced her to other men. She says no. She says mommy talks to a boy named S, and says I love you to him. So, here is my wife, telling her boyfriend I love you in front of our daughter. Classy. I will check with my therapist if they think this is bad for my daughter. I don't have a care in the world that she is telling this guy that she loves him. It actually makes me laugh. I feel good about where I am, at least, right now. The only thing that really gets me down is my daughter. She is acting up so much more since this has happened. It upsets me that she is going through this. I am fine with me going through it, but she does not deserve it. Of course, when that happens, I get upset with the ex-wife. I shouldn't, but I do. We have discussed our daughter acting up and the ex-wife does not see it. She questioned our daughter the other day about why are you being such a bad girl lately. Of course, when the answer was mommy and daddy splitting up. Not from my daughter. This is from the ex-wife parents and brother. She, the wife, dismissed it. I need to get to the point where anything she does, provided it does not put my daughter in harm, bother me. I need time for that, I guess. Other than that, I feel good. Attaching is getting easier every day. Once I realized I don't love who she is, it made it so much easier to not look back. Seeing her how she really is and not the delusion I had of her has been immensely helpful. I just got to a point where I don't want to play these games with anyone. Every day it is some new game with her. Last night, I dropped off my little one at her house. She had a fever, 102. I dropped her off and went home. I felt terrible, and still do, that she is sick, but I can't do anything about it. This morning I call the ex-wife to see how she is doing, and she tells me that it is steady. But she can't go to school. I ask, what are you going to do? She complains how she can't take off work because is in a new position. I am sure she said this to get me to ask about it, and that she does not know what she will do. Usually, I would leave work, since my job is flexible, and take care of her. I think she expected me to offer. I did not. She then said, I will have my mom take off work to watch her. Okay, not my problem. And yes, she will be footing the bill for therapy because of her choices. I called the ex-wife on Tuesday to say goodnight to my daughter. And she, the ex, asked me to bring a hat for our daughter to her school, because she is taking her out to a parade on Wednesday. Sure, no problem. I get the hat in the car, just so I don't forget in the morning. I call the next morning, again, to talk to the little one, and told the ex-wife that I will drop the hat off at her school today. She begins to tell me they are not going anymore. To me, it seems like she wants me to ask why. Of course, I don't. I say, okay, well, I will give your brother the hat at the gym. Then, on my way to work that morning, my sister calls me. She is still Facebook friends with the ex-wife. She says that the ex-wife posted something the night before about how she was upset, and that when she gets this upset, she eats a lot of brownies, or something to that effect. Of course, I chuckle. One day she is going to this parade, of course, with the other man, and then she is upset, and then the next day she is not going at all. I sent my brother-in-law an email earlier today. He has been great at getting me back on solid ground. He sent me back this. I know you and I were together for a long time, so I am sure that you feel that you know her better maybe than anyone. What's weird about that is that from the beginning it seemed like you were treating her behavior as unusual, like she's going through a phase, bad patch, or midlife crisis. But the more I have observed her, the less out of character she seems. Hearing her talk about why she does or does not do certain things feels perfectly familiar. I've been listening to her give these crappy reasons my whole life. I feel like you are missing a M that never really existed. What she's doing now she's doing for the same reasons she's always done everything. I can't imagine that she was any different while you were together. You just never realized it. I know you're going to say that you knew her and she wasn't that way. But then again, you were the one who was surprised. I wasn't all that surprised. Horrified, yes. Surprised, not so much. So, my question is, what the hell are you missing? Em isn't going to revert back to what she was. This is what she was. She just didn't show you. And we are back. He always helps me see things the way they are. I am lucky to have my brother-in-law. He has kept me grounded when I have needed it. It is good to have him around, since he does not tell me what I want to hear. Since he knows her so well, he tells me what I need to hear, which has helped immensely. I would file custody of them, but they are not going anywhere. He has gotten into arguments with his dad already about me. His dad, of course, believing everything the ex says, which is understandable, has said some crappy things to my brother-in-law about me and how I am no longer family, and he argued back saying that I am his brother no matter what happens with the wife. I do truly love them both as my siblings. So, I got to wake up with a laugh this morning. My younger sister, who I have not confided much in, since we are not as close as my older sister, sent me a text an hour ago with 2 pictures. I download them and they are screenshots from Facebook. So, I look and they are posts from my ex-wife to the other man. My younger sister friended the OM when this happened. First post on November, ex-wife, I miss your face, on the upside. I still have some of the chocolate you brought me. Second post, December 20th, ex-wife, hi. OM, I ducking love you. So, hi back. This put me in such a good mood. For some reason seeing them post like that put me in a good mood. I laughed in the shower about it. He is obviously codependent. She still shows married on Facebook, yet is openly sending messages to the OM. They are already, after 2 months, saying I love you. She is dating the same man as me, except a new face and body. Same crap will happen. Meanwhile, I will only get better. Puts a smile on my face. These antics continue to solidify my desire for divorce versus reconciliation. I had a good laugh at it. I was not mad or sad at all. It was a good feeling. So, I decided that I will file divorce after the new year and send her the bill. I am meeting my attorney this week to start. My ex is getting ridiculous. She does not like rules and boundaries. It is funny to me. She calls this morning about tonight and the holiday custody. Our agreement calls for her to have our daughter on Christmas Eve and me Christmas Day. Today starts my week for custody, so I will get her tonight and have to bring her to the ex-wife tomorrow morning. My ex-wife was arguing that how it makes no sense for me to have her for one night, blah blah blah. How she is only looking out for our daughter's well-being. I stood firm and told her that the agreement clearly outlines this. She got upset and had to go. Now, had she asked me to keep our daughter one more night, regardless of the reason, I would have said that is fine, since there will be days where I will ask the same thing. Instead, she decided that it was best to be argumentative. During the talk, she said that why are you being so aggressive towards me? To which I told her I was not. I am only following the agreement we have in place. She did not like that. Whatever. I got a call this morning from my brother-in-law. He got into a huge fight with my ex-wife last night, and she effectively told him that she is cutting him off from her life. As well, he told her how he felt about how she is acting, how he does not think that it is wise to be bringing the new guy around her daughter, how she knows nothing about this guy, and she flipped and told him that she would rather not be around him. Her parents or anyone else that thinks she is being a bad mom. X is only living with him until February. Their lease is up. They were moving into a new place together. But he stopped payment on the deposit check. She is going to have to figure it out now. I hung out for a few hours with the bill and Sil. As said above, my ex-wife cut them off, so they did not want to be home. So we went and had a drink. They asked me if they could tell me some things about the ex-wife and the OM. Since wanted to get things off their chest, I said sure, it makes no difference to me, so whatever. I am posting this just to keep everyone up to date on what is going on. Soon I will remove this thread, as I feel I am getting to the point where I don't need to have it, but for now, I will post when these things occur. Here are some of the things they told me. 1. OM is an alcoholic. 2. OM is a wimp, sissy. My sister-in-law says she is a bigger man than him. 3. Ex-wife says that the OM is dumb as rocks. They agree with it. He could not figure out how to say ladies and gentlemen. 4. Ex-wife has tried 2 times to break up with him, but hasn't for whatever reason. Codependence, I assume, or realizing I am not waiting for her. Whatever the reason, not my problem. 5. Ex-wife is oblivious to things around her. She almost caught the house on fire by leaving for hours with a candle burning in her room. When confronted, she said, "Ma, that's what the insurance is for." Mind you, the insurance she talks about is renter's content insurance, not hazard and liability. 6. OM works a sales job. 7. OM is a nice guy. Brother-in-law and sis-in-law constantly catch him doing the dishes, cleaning the house, taking out the trash, sitting watching ABC Family Girl movies with her, etc. He does not stand up to her. Just as I didn't. None of the above matter in the slightest to anything. I know that. I am not looking for validation that I am a better man than he is. There is more, but I am recovering from last night, so don't want to type too much more. I feel good today. None of these got to me. None made me angry. None made me wonder why. It did make me smile to hear some of these things, though. So, not complete indifference. I don't want her to suffer. I don't wish ill on her. But the fact that she is dating the same guy as I was and not realizing it just makes me smile. Hopefully, for her sake, she will wake up and start fixing herself. I have been seeing someone for a couple weeks now. Nothing serious. We are both taking it very slow. So, the STBX has sent friend requests to girls on my Facebook. These are people she has never met. None of them have accepted her. They have told me about it. Mind you, this is right after she was informed that I was in a relationship. The STBX has been very nice to me lately. I can't describe it. I get a bad feeling from it. Last night, when I went to the in-laws' house to get my daughter, the father comes out and says hello to me. He came out specifically to say hello and goodbye to me. Weird. This is the man that stated that I ruined his daughter's life, that he hates me, blah blah blah. I have a feeling they are up to something. We will see. X knows nothing about what I am doing. I am sure she checks my Instagram and Facebook. I know that up until last week she was friends with my sister, who I spend a lot of time with on Facebook, until my sister removed her. I know she still follows my sister on Instagram. She admitted to me that she checks my sister's Instagram. So I am sure she is seeing who I am hanging out with and what I am doing. I am not telling her anything though. If she wants to cyber stalk me, that is her business. I am sure that it is bothering her that I am dating someone. I am sure she expected me to sit around and pine over her. Little did she know, I moved forward already. The icing on the cake is that she is still dragging her feet on signing the marriage settlement agreement. I gave it to her back in late October. She still has not signed it. I texted her last night to call me when she has a chance to talk. She called me and was super chipper and happy. I asked her what was going on with the MSA and her mood instantly changed. She said she will have it signed this week. We will see if she signs it. So, I just found out the other man passed away this week. Apparently, my ex broke up with him last week. He begged for her back and she said no and ignored him, and he passed on Thursday. I don't know how. She did say that he was ex himself the whole time she did not answer the phone. I called her just now to offer my support and sympathy. I told her that I am here to talk if she needs it. I truly feel bad for her. I hated him, but never wished him harm. I never wanted her to suffer through this, and it is not about winning her back. I don't want that. This does not change that. It is about helping someone that I cared for through a dark time. Was she there for me when I was in misery? No. Was the No, I get that. I am better than that. Will I take her back? No. Will I offer my support to help her fix herself and heal? Of course, I will be careful and not get sucked into the chaos. But I won't just sit around and not try to help. She can accept it or decline it. I only offered. Days later. So, I finally got the marriage settlement agreement signed. She delivered them to me last week. So, this week I will file for divorce and have her served. A month later, the ex-wife and I are on better talking terms now for co-parenting. We met 2 weeks ago and hashed out a lot of issues we had. Here is an overview of the conversation. We discussed normal parenting issues like schooling, extracurricular activities, etc. Everything was agreed on amicably. After the last few therapy sessions, I started to realize some issues that I caused in the relationship. I have been so upset with the ex for how she broke things off. The lying, manipulation, sneaking around, etc. What I realized is I did the same things to her for years. Not the sneaking around. I lied, manipulated to her for years during the marriage. She was bitter and upset about it. I realized how could I possibly blame her and be upset with what she did, when I did the same thing. So, when we met, I apologized for my actions. I told her that I am sorry for the years of lying, the years of being a piece of crap husband. It felt good to get it out in the open. She apologized for how she broke things off. She told me that she regrets how she separated from me. She does not regret the separation, but how she conducted herself. She told me she misses me and still loves me very much. She told me how the OM passed away. He drank himself to X in his car in front of the gym. She told me that she feels guilty about it, but she felt that she was in an abusive relationship with him. I told her how upset I was that she had this obviously unstable person around our daughter. She agreed and said that she was not thinking and did not know the level of his issues. I told her how I was upset with her that she allowed him to sleep in the same bed as our daughter. She swore that he never slept over with her. It doesn't matter if she is being truthful, as it is already done. If she feels that she still needs to lie about that to me, then that is her issue. We are going to get together on Wednesday with our daughter to allow midweek visitation. I think this will help our daughter by allowing her to see the other parent midweek and also potentially help us in better communication for our daughter's sake. During the conversation we laughed and joked, even about the separation. She asked me to hold off on the divorce until May, so she can help pay for it. I told her I would pay for it and she can reimburse me. She has not responded to that yet. We walked back to the car and she asked for a hug. I feel like we are in a better place. I have forgiven her for what she has done. I feel like this will help us become better co-parents for our daughter. There is no talk of reconciliation or anything of that nature. Weeks later. So, last week the STBX asked me to delay the divorce until May. I told her I would think about it. I sent her an email this morning stating, "Hey, I wanted to discuss the divorce documents with you. You requested that we hold off until May to file. I am a little confused on this request. I assume it is for monetary reasons. Regardless of the reason, I would prefer to start the process now. I will cover the cost for now and you can reimburse me your portion, or I will just pay for the divorce if you can't assist. We can still go meet at the courthouse, if you prefer, or I can have them serve you at home. I will not reference your office address on the documents, so they do not serve you there. Your father would have to be home and they can have him serve the documents. Let me know how you want to proceed and I will move forward on it this week. Thanks." To which she replied, "Hi M. It was for monetary reasons that I wanted to delay. Elle's wedding is tapping me. Between dresses, alterations, gifts, lunches, bridesmaid outings, hotel rooms, etc. I don't want you to have to take on that financial burden on your own. So I will definitely reimburse you come May, and you have no idea how sincerely sorry I am for not having it in me to reconcile. I feel tremendous guilt and regret about giving up on 9 years with you and a family. I know outwardly it may not seem that way. I keep busy. But I absolutely do battle with that on a daily basis. I can go to the courthouse on April 15th, but if that is not soon enough for you, my father is always home to receive the documents. Months later, and doing well. The divorce is moving forward. 3 weeks or so and it will be finalized. Things have gotten better communication-wise between us. As weird as it sounds, we actually are communicating better now than when we were together. I attribute it to me actually having an opinion and not just giving in to what she wants all the time. It is a good feeling. As for her personal crap, still the same. She complains to me about being broke all the time, even though she lives with her parents. She called me the other day to talk about her potentially getting a second job, which would require me to have our daughter more. Which, I of course agreed to. During the same conversation, she started to complain to me about how her father treats her like a child and micromanages her. I listened to her complaints for a minute, then moved the subject back to our daughter and got off the phone. She wants to still confide in me and I am not okay with that. She knows that I am seeing someone, as well. All in all, I am just moving along. Same as before, just trying to keep improving. Would I want her to keep her issues to herself and likewise, my issues will stay with me? I won't lie, I was tempted to listen to her complain and use me as a soundboard, or for comfort. But now I know that it is not healthy for myself. her or our daughter to allow that behavior. As for the communication, it does seem that we can communicate better now. There seems to be no more anger on either of our parts and it just feels normal. No other way for me to say it. We do compromise with each other more now. For instance, she started going back to school, which required me to change our schedule for custody. Of course, I agreed to change it to help out. I think she was surprised that I was accommodating. A month later, as of now, the divorce is not finalized. We are both working towards getting it done, but the courts are so backlogged here that it is taking time. We are not arguing over any details of the divorce. We both just want it done. We are both dating new people. She has not mentioned anything more about the suicide of the previous suitor, whom she left me for. In fact, she has erased some references to him from her social media accounts, according to my sister-in-law, who is friends with her on Facebook. I will update about the new girl below. Our communication has been good lately. We email, text, and call each other if we need to discuss something. The other day, we had a 30-minute phone call that was about nothing important, just kind of an update to how each of us are doing. She obviously still cares about me and I care about her. It was nice to be able to have a conversation with her about things other than our daughter, and it remained civil. Last week, we had an agreement that we would meet Sat morning to do tax-related items. We agreed, at least this is what I remember, since we agreed verbally on our phone call, that we would meet at 10 a.m. and after taxes, she would take our daughter, since she was getting her at 5 that night. There was no point in meeting 2 times. We live 30 miles apart. She called at 9:30 and canceled the tax meeting. This has been canceled by her numerous times. I texted her asking what time I should bring our daughter to her, and she had no recollection of the agreement. Typical. So, we both start arguing over text about it. I tell her that I made plans and had to cancel them because of this and that I am not okay with it. Things got a little heated and we stopped texting. I agreed to keep our daughter for the day. About 2 hours later she calls me. I answer and she immediately apologizes for it. Hell officially froze over right then. Honestly, I am still surprised. She has never really apologized for something like that. We talked for a few minutes and she explained that she does not want to have tension between us and agreed that she does not want to go back to how we were when we first separated. She mentioned it was nice being able to talk to me like a normal person. We ended the call on good terms. As for the new girl, we originally met back in December at a mutual friend's house. We said hello, nothing more. I was still devastated by the separation at that time, so I was not even thinking of a relationship with anyone. We saw each other again on St. Patty's Day at that same friend's house. We started talking via Facebook and text. We finally went out on our first date in April. Things are going well with her. It is obvious she likes me a lot. I have met her friends and one of her sisters. She has met my friends and my older sister, who I am very close. But to be fair, she actually knew her before she knew me. I have a few issues that I told her yesterday we need to talk about, though. She has an issue that I am still technically married. I don't see the problem. Honestly, to me it is just a piece of paper at this point. She will use this excuse to not talk about things that I think need to be discussed. For instance, we have not actually had a discussion about a committed relationship. We have discussed that we are exclusive, in the sense that we are not sleeping with anyone else. But there is no girlfriend, boyfriend labeling, which I am fine with, but I want to know I am not wasting my time here. She is very religious. I, as some of you know, am an atheist. I don't bash or belittle someone's religious beliefs. I do enjoy discussing them intellectually. I have never called someone stupid for believing in any religion, especially someone I care for. The other night, while driving to dinner, we got on the subject of my posts on Facebook. I just shared some news about some corrupted churches. Anyway, I was told by her on the drive that she has since blocked me from her news feed because I share the opinions of stupid people and help perpetuate stupid people's beliefs. Wow, this pissed me off to no end. I told her right there how unacceptable that was and told her we would talk about it, as I am not okay with that behavior. She is very reserved, quiet, and easily offended. I am crass, blunt, and extroverted. I know I cannot change her. I get that. I need to find a common middle ground where my sense of humor is not insulting to her. Months later, final update. The divorce is still dragging on. I filed for divorce a few months ago and everything seemed to be fine. Of course, it isn't. First, she forgot to have a document notarized. That put us back a week. Now, she forgot to take a required parenting course that needs to be submitted to the judge. I have asked on numerous occasions what is going on with it, and her answer is always financial. The course is $40. I can understand if she lived on her own and had bills, but she lives with her dad. Her financial decisions are not my business anymore, but once it starts affecting me it gets irritating. On a related note, she did have enough money to go on a cruise over New Year's. Like it has been throughout the past, she could not care about the divorce, or so it seems. She did a great job disconnecting. She admitted to never reading the marriage settlement agreement, since she did not have the time. Fair enough, that's her decision. She has decided to go back to school, which I applaud her for. even though I do not agree with her financial decisions on it. We have gone as far as redoing our custody schedule so I can accommodate her schooling. I don't mind doing that since her going to school and getting a better job will only help my little one. I am not over-accommodating on it, though. I changed the schedule since she has class on a certain day so I would have our daughter. Simple. We have gotten into a few arguments. She asked me if I could take the little one on Thanksgiving, even though it is her year. Usually, I would, but 1. I did not want to break my plans so she could make her own, and 2. I cannot be accommodating every time she wants something. Sometimes it is best to say no, even if it does not really affect you. She asked me on 5 separate occasions about changing. I told her no each time. The 5th time I asked her what was up. She clearly is desperate for me to change since she has asked numerous times. Of course, she blew up. No big deal, I expected it. Other than that, the ex and I have been doing fine. I still find it hard to talk to her in person. I can be friendly on the phone with her, but in person I have a hard time talking with her. I do know that she has brought the new guy around our daughter. She claims only in social settings, which, even if not true, I can't control. I have nothing against this guy, since he was not the one to have her cheat on me. Seems like a good guy from what I can tell. In September, I wrote her a letter. The theme of the letter was that of acceptance. Acceptance for the wrongs that I have done to her throughout the marriage. Acceptance for what she has done to me. Acceptance for everything that has happened since our break. I wanted to express to her that I forgive her and that I don't want us to hate each other. I saw that with my parents and I don't want that for our daughter. It felt great getting that off my chest with her. I was just as much at fault for this as she was. Her response was thank you. That letter was amazing. As some of you know, I started dating someone back in March. Things seemed fine. I made sure to practice what I have learned, so I did not fall back into the codependency trap. I started to really care for her. We went on trips, met family, etc. She had a serious issue that I was still technically married. I personally don't get it, but that is her feelings. I cannot change that. She did not want to be official until I was divorced. Okay, fine. We went on a trip in September to Orlando where a lot of friends were going to be. She met all of them, a lot for the first time. A few people introduced her as my girlfriend. When we got back home, she flipped. We are not dating and she does not want to be called that. I said fine and left. I told her that she does not have to be called anything and that our relationship will be just that. She would rather be friends with benefits and people to know that, than to be a girlfriend to a married, going through divorce, guy. Okay, I allowed it for a while, since it really does not bother me. I stopped any and all things a BF would do. No trips, no family, etc. I let her know she could date other people as well, since we are not official. Of course, this did not sit well with her. I told her I was not okay with it, since we are not dating. My comment: what do you guys think about this final ending? Learned anything new? I think OP learned something valuable in this divorce. He learned how to deal with his codependency problems. If you like this story, sub and bell and I will see you in the next